What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Player of the Month, Calvert-Lewin. He was yesterday's SBC for Player of the Month, but obviously with all of the other want-to-watches to do, he just pretty much slipped by, and I did do all of his footage and that got corrupted. We've all heard that story, but we are doing him today. He is 70,000 coins still on Xbox, which hasn't really moved from when he came out at 11 AM yesterday. So pretty much that's his price. He is, I actually can't even remember. It's been that long of what his SBC is. I know it is two SBCs, an 83 rated and an 84, which actually doesn't look that bad now in comparison to Ansu Fati, who came out. So for me, I think this card is fantastic. 70k is still a little bit of a steep price for right now, and especially putting in two teams, but you are getting a striker that with a finisher chem style does go up to a 90 rated striker, and you get that as an English Prem striker as well. That's the one thing that you've got to remember, is Premier League is always going to be more expensive than any other league. It's just natural that that happens. There seems to be this unwritten rule that at the start of a game, Premier League always goes up. It always is the most expensive league. Yes, we don't have Messi and Ronaldo, but everyone else always has a high price. Don't ask me why. But looking at Calvert, in fact, we've got the 3-star. Again, that's not the greatest thing of him. I think that for me is probably the only downfall on this card. He's got cracking pace. His shooting's fantastic, decent dribbling on him, balance is a little bit low, composure maybe for the start can be got away with, but as we go into the few weeks, 76 composure is not really going to cut it too much. Passing wise, he's got a short pass, but most strikers don't, and then he's got great physicality. It's the overall about him. Personally, I think I'd go with a finisher chem style. It turns his shooting up to 91 and his dribbling up to 90. In terms of foot bin, which we will have a look at, it goes finisher, hunter, engine. So if we do have a look at a hunter, I think it's a little bit overkill with the pace. It turns his pace into 96 and is shooting up to 88. For me, I don't think it's necessary. You would end up with 99 sprint speed, 93 acceleration, but I really don't think that that's going to do as much of a difference as potentially the finisher would. I feel like that is going to be the chem style of the whole game, really. I think finisher was what it is now, what it should be last year, basically. Sniper was practically what finisher was, but obviously we did get composure with that as well, which was always nice. Now, we've got to kind of just stick with whatever they give us. But overall, as a first look into the SBC, I was really happy with it. You don't really get the packs back, but I think SBCs nowadays, you don't really look at them packs back because it never, you've got like a 1 in 100th chance that you actually are going to get someone even semi-decent. When I did Ansu Fati's today, I managed to get one walkout and it was PK. So the whole SBC currently costs about 180. I got a 10k player back. So realistically, I wouldn't be looking at any sort of packs unless they make a mistake, then obviously jump on that. But for me, the card that you get is up there in value. Is he worth 70k? That's for you to decide. I feel like he is, in my opinion, and obviously I am going to try, I don't know how well it's going to happen until we get a Messi or Neymar, to try and do every SBC possible. If it's really hard before League SBC comes out. That's the main problem with it. That's where I kind of fell down with last year. But once League SBC comes out, we've already put stuff in place to go ahead with it. So let's go into the overall for Calvert. So going into the overall for Calvert, 72,000, 64 on the PlayStation, which I don't understand the markets this time round, because it seems to be the PlayStation Xbox normally was relatively the same. There seems to be so many discrepancies throughout the entire of the players. Werner was 50k more on PC and PlayStation, but only say like 250 on Xbox. Very strange, but we will go forward with that. Obviously, the fact that the big content creators managed to get their hands on the game early and it was only exclusive to PlayStation really has probably affected the Xbox market early on, but as we get into some promos, we should see it drop a hell of a lot more yet. In terms of generations for Calvert then, we've got him all the way back from FIFA 16 playing for Northampton as a bronze 52. He's then obviously gone forward, bronze in 17, silver in 18, managed to get the first future star in 19, and then we saw a little bit about him in 20, didn't really do too much, 2 informs, and then we have got him in 21 at 79 rated and already getting a first player of the month. Well, the very first player of the month, but hopefully he doesn't do like Pookie, which is literally 1 and out. So hopefully we do find him a little bit more than that. He's having a successful career so far, so hopefully we do see that going forward. The freestyle, like I said, little bit of a problem. If we do look at the Premier League strikers, if we just go down to here, just to see what we're working against. Obviously, Kane this week, Vardy last week. We have got Werner as a one to watch, Lacazette as a storyline card, but we've got a few weeks for that. Martial's been quite a high and up and coming one, but 155k. Jesus, again, relatively the same sort of attributes and stuff. What is Jesus? Is he a... He is a 4-star, 3-star, so you could argue that Jesus is more efficient than Calvert, to be fair, but again, you are using potentially untradables from division rivals and all of other cards, whereas Jesus you're going to have to buy with coins. You then either have to lose or not. Calvert, you've put it in, you're done, you've sent off, that's all you got to do. Richarlison, another great one, especially for the coins you can get him at now. Same as Rodrigo. I haven't personally used him yet, but I've got him lined up. So there is quite a few strikers, but again, you have to pay some expensive fees. Aubameyang is 300k. You're not really going to want to pay that at this start of the game when he's going to drop to probably minimum 100k at some point in the game. Whereas Calvert is always going to be that price in terms of you've paid for him now, and then that's it. You can kind of carry on with him as you please. So, like I said, with the finisher, and we'll just put it on just to show you, we get 90 striker. I feel like striker is the only position you could probably put him in. If he had maybe a 4 or 5 star on either of them, you could potentially whack him more as a cam centre forward, but I think for me, striker is definitely the way to go. It's quick, got a good shot, very physical, and overall just nice to play with. And I think that's the most important thing with this game, is to start with, is just have fun with it. There's no foot champs, there's no real look at kind of being sweaty with the game. Everything's new. You want to try out as many people as possible, and I think Calvert would definitely fit in a hell of a lot of teams for quite some time. I feel like there's at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks out of him to go still, and then we can kind of see where he goes. Personally, I had Pookie until the very end when Prime Moment Icon SBCs were around, so let's see how far we can go with him. Personally, with the links, I've gone one to watch Allen, Vardy, and then Rodriguez, both in form at the back there, and he is an 8.5 out of 10. I think mainly the SBC probably puts him down a little bit because 70k is still expensive, but again, you are getting a card that is untradeable and is as good as a 60k card, so potentially that could be worth it in the end. That's really for the user to decide. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Apart from that, I'll see you for the next one. Peace.